Hello and welcome to What Map, the map review show for City Skylines. For those of you that don't have access to the workshop, you'll be stuck with using the vanilla maps that come free with the game. But what is the best map to use? And can you really decide from just the thumbnail? Today we'll look at 3 of the vanilla maps and hopefully help you choose the right one for your next city build. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to part 4 of our 4-part mini-series of the vanilla maps that come free with the game. We've already done Boreal, Temperate and Tropical, and today we're going to have a look at European. Now, to be fair to the European, the names pretty much do sum up the maps themselves. Pretty well named. Foggy Hills for a start. Well, we'll have lots of hills, and particularly on the edge of the map there'll be foggy. The highways are not too bad, to be fair, on this one. But we do know that the standards on the vanilla maps aren't particularly great, especially with bridges and intersections. And when the road goes under the rail, usually the rail goes up at a 90-degree angle, or maybe I'm exaggerating slightly. So hopefully the roads will go over the rail here, which will make it slightly less awkward there. That's good. This is what we want to see. Road bridge over rail. Like I say, the other way around is okay if it's done well, but unfortunately, when they produced the game, they didn't think to do it well. I'm sure they had other more important things set, like trying to make the AI for the traffic. Ooh, no, that didn't work either. Right, what have we got here? It's a very stark, bold bridge across one of the highest points of the ravine there. And another road over rail, which is very nice again, thank you very much. Could be smoother. I mean, I'm saying it's very nice. For vanilla, it's very nice. Now, Cloverleaf, which leads to our start square, which is not far from the river, which is good news. And, of course, this is a very nice 4 lots of highway connections, 1 off of each side pretty much. And that makes it work well. Oh, there's a boat over there. I wonder if there's any shipping connections. Well, there must be if there's a boat. Shall we have a look? There it is. Just loops round. So if you want to do some docks, pretty much the only place you'll be able to get docks in is right there, actually. Everywhere else is either inaccessible or steep cliffs. So that's pretty much, or maybe there in the fog. Maybe, but then if you play vanilla, you probably won't get to the fog. Well, you won't get to the fog. 25 squares and all that. Railway runs through the map. Not really much to say about the railway. I mean, fortunately, like I say, it's staying on ground level, apart from the bridge across there, which is that an okay bridge? Nah, that's a good bridge. See, they can do good bridges. They can actually put their mind to it. Oh, you are joking. Well, maybe they aren't so good at bridges after all. Mind you, you can't expect much, really. So, Foggy Hills, the European vanilla map there, goes off to the fog. Next up, Cliffside Bay. And this one, I don't mind, actually. There are only 2 highway connections here, so it's not going to take us very long to explore them. There's your resources, a lot of iron ore going on. In fact, I don't mind the resources on this map at all. Right, so we'll head in and follow the one highway that comes in from the north, or the top part of the map. And road over rail again. Oh, it's a mighty big bridge there for one rail crossing, but it's out of sight. You won't see it if you're playing the vanilla game. Right, what have we got here? There's your start square. Not too far from the coast, and there's going to be some hills there, so it should be quite windy. And then if you wanted to follow the road back out, that's your route out there. I think this is quite a cosy little map, to be honest with you, because if you look at where you're going to be building, it's kind of like all focused into this small area here. I mean, this one bit of coast, that's where your port is going to be, and like I say, very nice. Over here, though, we've got this little confined little cove. And on the other side there, that's quite steep. So you might be able to get up onto the top of the hills, maybe. That's a little bit of detailing. And to be fair for vanilla, that is a very nice castle. And a great view as well. So they'll be able to see the rampaging Vikings coming from miles away. Now, the shipping routes, that I don't like, to be honest with you. I mean, maybe tourism, whatever, have a look around that little cove and back out, but it's got to be very treacherous, isn't it? Let's have a look at that ship there. Come on. That, for me, is a bit treacherous, really, for a big ship to be doing. But like I say, maybe it's just a scenic cruise. I'm sure there are more scenic places in the world to go than Cliffside Bay, but I'd say I quite like it. So you can get up this slope here onto the upper hills, which is, like I say, nice design. And once you're up here, it's nice and flat as well for building, which is nice design. Of the maps, I've got to say, I've got a liking to this particular European map, but also Grand River. Now, Grand River, I think, was one of the first maps I ever played. In fact, if not the first map I ever played when I got City Skylines. Because I quite like the look of the river. I thought, yep, we'll have a go at that. And it's very nice. I mean, this is a city. This is a map for a huge city. You've got a huge build plain. You've got the river running right through the middle. Access to water straight away. It's really quite nice. That there leads to your start square, and of course on the other side you've got a dead end as well. So we'll follow this one off towards the fog. Yeah, and that's road under rail. Oh dear. Okay, never mind. I like to have a grumble, don't I? It's not a what map without a grumble, and believe me, these vanilla maps are really not the best. We've got a series of well over 200 maps have been reviewed now on the regular series, and very few are as weak as the vanilla maps. Just goes to show that you, the community, are actually better map builders than the people who developed the game in the first place. Which is a good thing, really. It just shows that, we have skills. We maybe could get a job with them one day. Well, you might. I probably won't. Okay, so this then wends off in towards the fog over that way. What haven't we looked at? The rail, yes. Now, I've got to be honest, although I like this map, I don't like the rail. It's a bit lumpy-bumpy. It's up and down. It doesn't really know where it's going. It doesn't really know if it's got a purpose other than to have like some rail on the map. You've got the bridge. The bridge is okay, actually. I'm okay with the bridge. And we've got a nice bit of river detailing here, these rocks in the river. That's quite nice. Comes up the bank a bit awkward there, if I'm honest with you. Like I say, a rail over road doesn't look particularly good to me. And yeah, that then leads off. Hello, Mr. Train. Right, let's have a look at the terrain all the way around. It's soft undulation, which, like I say, is pretty good for city building. I think this is probably, of the vanilla maps, this is probably the one where you're going to get the biggest city out of it if you're particularly skilled at that kind of thing. This bit of detailing is very nice as well. I think it might be done the same person who did the castle, because they seem to know what they're doing. These do look like they might have had purpose, to be honest with you. And what we got over here? A factory and a jetty just plopped. But they've put some logs there. Look. Oh. See, little bit of thoughts. They've spent more than 2 minutes looking at details. I like that. That's very good. Right, check for shipping, shall we? We've got a little bit down here. It's just a dead ender. But once again, you've got options for shipping. Other end, no, there's nothing up there. So, right, so that's what you're going to have to do if you want your ships down the other end. And that is about that. That's Grand River by, by the developers. Haha! Right, so, well, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Don't forget, every day, Monday to Saturday, we've got a new episode of What Map with you the creative community. Now you can suggest your maps to me and I'll updo them. Also, make a note in the comments down below if you'd quite like to see some of the DLC maps done in the future. So that's it, that's me done for this mini-series. Thanks for watching and I'll see you very, very soon.